All right, welcome back to the 5-day book selling workshop. We went over day one, we covered a bunch of foundational information. Hopefully you signed up for an Amazon account. Do you think they signed up?
I think if at this video, they probably did, but if you didn't,
just
go back to the other one and
because it's gonna take a little bit of time too. We didn't mention, like, Amazon's you're gonna have to go through a verification process. So they're gonna send you like a postcard if they're still doing that now.
Yep, Zoom call, whatever, if you're lucky.
Zoom call.
You get a Zoom call.
And make sure you put in, I wanna mention this, make sure you put in your correct information, correct banking information, credit card, you put your real name in. Like, some people like spell their name wrong and they're like, this is a whole scam, it doesn't work.
They can put your freaking name in wrong. Like, they need to verify your identity. It's the largest marketplace in the world. So,
now that we got that out of the way, we're gonna take you on a journey of a book that we are gonna sell on Amazon. And throughout this journey, you're gonna be able to see the different tools, supplies, and software that we use, just a high level, because we're gonna dive way deeper later on. But if you've been wondering, like, you know, how do you sell a book? Like, what are the tools and supplies? You know, that's what we're gonna cover.
Exactly.
So how you feeling, man? You excited?
Feeling good. I'm ready for this. We're gonna take this book from determining whether or not it's profitable, and we're gonna show you exactly how to send it out to Amazon. We're not gonna go super in depth, but we're gonna take you through the journey of the book. So the first thing you're gonna need is Scout IQ. Use the link below. That's gonna give me and Steve some coffee money if you guys sign up with that. It's a 14-day free trial. So this app is going to look up the price on Amazon, and it turns green if it's profitable, it turns red if it's not.
And it makes a noise too if you have your sound on, right? Like, if it goes green, won't it go like, ding?
Sounds like you're in Vegas, like at a slot machine. Like, this is why it's addicting to sell on Amazon, is because, like, you get so much reward on the front end. Let's go ahead and scan this. Boom, baby. $15 profit. Now this is after all Amazon fees. You can click here. See the referrals fee is $4.38. That's Amazon taking their cut. Closing fee, $1.80. FBA fee, blah, blah, blah. So you can go there if you're really confused about the fees and see the breakdown. But this is gonna give us $15 profit after we list it at $32.
Now let me stop you real quick. You scanned it with your phone. I thought that you, and I'm gonna kind of play like beginner here, because, you know, obviously I've been doing this for a while, but some folks are gonna be like,
what the heck? Like, what's this barcode scanner? Why'd you scan it with your phone?
Can you break this down?
Yeah, so if you see here, the phone actually can scan barcodes. So the phone has a camera, every phone does, and you can easily just scan barcodes just like this, boom. But if you're a speed demon,
ding, I love that noise,
and you want to make a ton of profit, and you're at a place that has 10,000, 5,000 plus books, you can connect this Bluetooth scanner to your phone, which allows you, I was able to scan 1,000 books per hour back in the day. Yeah, which is like crazy fast. And so Mama Profit probably scans 100 books per hour, maybe if she's going fast. But Mama Profit knows the good sources, so she's able to get good places with like 10% acceptance rate. I was going to sources that were 1 to 5%. So I knew mathematically, if I could scan 1,000 books per hour, I could find anywhere from 10 to 50 books. So the name of the game is speed. So if you're really gonna commit, we do recommend the Notamu scanner.
And that's day 3. So in day 3, we're gonna go to my dining room. We're gonna stack up a bunch of books. We're gonna scan through everything, and we're gonna go step by step how to analyze and everything. Now, one thing I wanna share as well is you could also use the Amazon seller app as well to scan. So
show them the crazy technology.
So you could scan the barcode like that to look up the item, or you could scan the actual cover. Let me go back here.
Yeah, this is crazy, guys.
So you could scan the cover just like that, and it'll pull up.
I show people this at like Thanksgiving and Christmas, like in parties. Like you can scan the cover of the book and it finds the book. How crazy is that? As long as there's unique artwork, it can pull it up.
So that's number 1, and I've got my, you know, I like to stay organized here, so we've got our handy professional little checklist. So we've got the phone, we've got the barcode scanner and Scout IQ. Now this is a Notamu. We'll put links and everything down below for you guys, the Scout IQ, the Notamu and everything. Now what's the next step? Let's continue taking this on the journey. So you've scanned it, you have now determined that you want to buy it. What if it has some issues, and maybe it has some, you know, I don't know, maybe a sticker or some stickiness on there.
Yeah.
Here's Yeah.
Pull that sticker off right there.
Yeah, so tell me what to do. Tell me what to do.
My personality, I just send it in. But some people are like, I don't want bad reviews. I want to make sure the book's in perfect condition. I care about the book. I care about the customer, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, I'll send it in, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you have stickers and you do want to make sure the customer's happy, which, you know, is a good thing to do, you can peel it off like this. The reason why I don't like doing this is because it leaves it all sticky, and see how hard that was for Steve? That's why I recommend using Glue Gun.
Yeah.
Glue Gun is, you can just spray it a little bit like that, and then you can also use Scotty peelers, all different types of tricks. Get up in there.
That's
like that.
such a good tool. Scotty peelers are like $9.
Yeah.
Now the problem is like some of these things will be on forever and it'll be hard to get off. Oh wow, that came off
Dude,
nice.
I'm a pro, bro. I've been doing this for a while.
Oh man, that's nice.
There we go. And so yeah, you can do this. I think it's personally like a little overkill, but starting out, you know, you're a little paranoid, you might want to do it. So you can use Glue Gun for that.
And at the end of the day, you have to understand, you know, when it comes to books, like if you sell a book as good condition or very good, based on, you know, the terms of service and like Amazon's condition guidelines, it already has like some wear, it has some use. So like, it's not a big deal. Like there's some people too, and a lot of people ask like, do I need to polybag my books? You know, my mom does a lot of this and I honestly don't think it's necessary, but some folks, they're concerned about the condition. You know, you can put it in a poly bag if you would like, just like this.
Now this, I will say this is important if you're ever selling a textbook with an access code. Sometimes they have a card that slides in. In that case, yeah, polybag's good. Other than that, I've sold thousands of books and I never do this.
Yeah, and you want to make sure if you're using a poly bag, it always has to have a suffocation warning on it. Sometimes, a lot of times what we'll do is I also have some stickers here, just like this, right? And you could, if you're just paranoid, you could just stick it on just like that. So
polybags are also good for loose leaf books. So if you have a loose leaf textbook, it's all over the place. Polybags are great for that. Or even small sets of books. So if you have 2 sets or 2 books for a set, you can actually use
good tip.
These right here, and you can put that on the outside, or use a small box to put the set of books in, and then put, this is one complete set, do not separate. That way Amazon knows not to open up your package.
What are your thoughts on using, because you know, I see some folks using, this is stretch wrap, it's a little obviously messed up now, but take this off. So what are your thoughts, stretch wrapping a book versus using a poly bag?
I do both, whatever's available. I only use it for like loose leaf books or for sets of books, but this is really good for sets too. Like let's say you have a Harry Potter set. Harry Potter sets are profitable if you can get them at good prices. Wrap them up with this, either one.
All right, so we talked about kind of cleaning, prepping. We'll dive definitely more into conditioning books when we're analyzing and whatnot, and we'll share with you all of our condition guidelines, condition scripts, 100% free. So what's the next step? I'm gonna sit down and get prepared for, there's our barcode scanner. I want you to continue walking us through this process, and I'm gonna have a sip of coffee here and try not to knock it over.
So now what we're gonna do is take this book. You have to cover up the barcode with what's called an FNSKU label. An FNSKU label is Amazon's label they give you that you put on the book. You wanna show them, print one out real quick?
Yeah, Zach, you wanna come around real quick and do you wanna explain like where we are? Because people always ask, like, how do you get this label? What's the label for? Like, how do you, you know, what is this barcode? Like, kind of break it down.
So, first of all, we use a Rollo printer. This is a thermal printer that is going to not use any ink at all. And it's just gonna etch the barcode onto the label. You can get UPS labels for free from ups.com. All you need to do is set up a business account. So you never have to pay for ink at all.
I paid for these.
Yeah, it's a little difficult, but if you set up a UPS account, I promise, just call their 1-800 number. You'll get free labels for life. There's also these labels here. These are the book labels. We'll link below the cheapest labels you can get. But we like Rollo because we can print not only shipping labels for the boxes of books, but also the book labels themselves. And what we're about to show you is a software that allows you to scan the book, print the FNSKU directly from Amazon. That FNSKU is going to let Amazon know, hey, this is Ann's book or this is Steve's book. So when they receive your inventory, they're not gonna scan the barcode of this, they're gonna scan the new barcode that you put on it that's unique to your Amazon account. And we'll show you exactly how to do that right now.
Yeah, it's super duper important. And I do wanna mention as well, I know I'm obviously looking at the computer, you can do all of this for free with Amazon Seller Central, but even if you're on a budget, this is a big but, okay? Amazon Seller Central it's the slowest, most inefficient way to price your items, to list your items, to label your items. They're gonna ask you a million questions. You're gonna sell a book and they're gonna ask, is it an explosive? No, Amazon, my book's not an explosive, okay? You know what I'm talking about, right? Does it have batteries? No, it doesn't have batteries, Amazon. Speed is the name of the game, okay? So this is a software that I use, and Zach's our cameraman, by the way. Big shout out to Zach. Woo! This is my go-to lister account, okay? So I highly recommend, we'll put a link down below. Get yourself a free trial. What is it, 14 days, Avery?
Yeah, 14-day free trial.
Get yourself a free 14-day trial. Trust me, this is so fast. It's the best. So,
and by the way, this is my software, full disclosure. So I made this for a reason. I was selling books years ago and I was tired of how slow I was using the competition software, and it was really slow. So this really allows you to list like 100 plus books per hour.
So you can see right here, I've got my numbers broken down over the last 30 days. So I've sold 46,669. It was over 50, it goes up and down. I've sold 761 units. My average selling price is $61.33. That's the power of selling books, DVDs, all different types of items. You can see my sales, units sold, and whatnot. So what I'm gonna do right here, we're gonna walk you guys through this process. What I'm gonna do is, I am going to go under my history because I already had a batch right here. So I'm gonna go under test batch. This is pretty much my shipment that I'm gonna send out. And what you can do right here is, what you wanna do, I have my program to scan like USPS labels because I do a lot of eBay to Amazon flipping. So I'm not gonna be able to scan this in, but you could, you know, with just a normal barcode scanner, you could just scan this right in and it would list easily. For this example, what I'm going to do, and maybe, you know, Zach, you could show the screen really quick. I just put in the ASIN for this item. I picked one for quantity. I put thrift store, buy cost, $2 on this item. And check this out. Once I hit search, it's literally going to list this item. It's gonna price it. It's gonna do everything for me, which is absolutely fantastic. And look at, did you see that? Oh, Zach, I think you missed it. Let me print it one more time, okay? So I'm gonna print out another label. Oh, baby. It came right out like that. Talk to him, Avery. What do we got here? Show them how to label this thing.
Now what we do is we take this label. We wanna cover up any existing label, because remember, Amazon's $15 per hour employees are gonna start opening those boxes and scanning like madmen. So make sure that the barcode they scan, the only possible barcode is your barcode. So see how I covered up this barcode here? If they scan that, that's bad news. That's money out of your bank account. They might misplace it, but if I put here, they scan it, they 100% know Dorothy's book is at the Amazon warehouse. You'll get a notification on your phone that they received your book, and then what they'll do is they'll put it on the shelf and they'll store it, so when the customer purchases it from you, they can prep, pack, and ship it directly to the customer. But before we do that, we got to put it in a box to ship it to Amazon first.
Let's get a box together, man. Show us how it's done. Here, let me clear some space for you.
I recommend using small Lowe's boxes or small to medium size, generally small Home Depot boxes, or even extra small Home Depot boxes. And what we're gonna do, because you don't want to overfill the box. If you get a large size box for books or a medium sized box, way too big. 12 by 16 by 12 is about the perfect size for a box of books. So what we're gonna do, let's fold this down.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, watch this. Watch a pro in action. Oh yeah.
There we go. 2. You wanna know a pro tip?
Yes, sir.
I'll show you. Give me the tape gun, I'll show how to work the magic. So if you're living in a state, anywhere on the East Coast at all, if you're out West, you're probably safe. But actually you can waterproof this and protect your books from getting water damage. I used to, when I started, man, you know me, I don't care about little things like that.
Yeah.
But dude, I've been running a business where people ship me books. You will not believe the quality of books that they come in after UPS or USPS handles the boxes. It's terrible. So what you can do, and it's not really their fault, there's weather that exists, you know, it rains, it snows, whatever. You can cover that up. I would actually make it a little bit longer. And then now I'm actually waterproofing the whole box. So do that on each side. I promise you, this will help out long term. It's well worth the investment. Boom, baby.
I use a ton of tape. So people always, it's funny in my YouTube videos, people are like, you're using so much tape. I got $500 profit in here. You don't think I'm gonna spend 50 cents?
Exactly.
And I always like to tape off, like if you use these Home Depot, Lowe's boxes,
Yep.
I like to always tape over this little, insert
You have
here.
no idea what the journey of this box is gonna be. The employees are gonna be throwing it around. It's gonna be going all over the place. So make sure, definitely over taped and under taped.
Yeah, so when you're selling books, like usually it's like 20 or 30 books you could put in a box. It depends if it's like textbooks or like little ones or whatnot. But I don't buy like the extra expensive like double corrugate, whatever it is. Like, how there's like the heavy duty ones. I don't use the heavy duty ones. These are just the regular ones right here. And I buy these off Lowe's.com.
Yeah.
There may be some cheaper options, but they just get shipped right to my house. Behind me, Zach, if you want to show, I've got the bigger boxes. That's really good for like board games and bigger electronics and items that aren't as like dense.
If you are shipping textbooks, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I actually do recommend the heavy duty boxes. We see different sides of things. Steve only sees shipping out. I run a book business where we receive a lot. And dude, these little thin boxes with textbooks on the corners, I promise you, like it's actually insane. Like a lot of times, like, so my partner at restrictedinventory.com, he was like, dude, all these, like, you don't run a pack boxes. And I'm like, dude, these are coming from all over the country. All these people are sending us books, and the corner of these books are like digging into the box. And I'm getting big textbooks shipped to me. But yeah, dude, it's a big problem.
But is it because, and let me ask you a question here, is there a specific way to put the books in the box?
Yeah.
Like, how do you want to put the books in the box?
So what you want to do is you want to make sure the pages are facing inwards, especially with paperback. Obviously, put the bigger books in first. You don't want to do it this way, but think about it. Like a big textbook that's hardback is going to be digging in the corner. So if you're shipping big books, I actually do recommend getting the heavy duty boxes.
I've never used them.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's worth the investment if you're shipping big textbooks. If all your books look like this and they're smaller paperback, you're probably safe.
But what if you use some of like, I get tons of void fill and different things in the mail. What if you kind of put it around the perimeter? Would that help a little bit?
It definitely helps mitigate the risk. You don't ever want to ship books. See all this space here? You don't want it to be moving around. So we'll stack this up, and we'll probably have a more in-depth video on how to pack a box later. Yeah, so for now, just watch the video later. We'll show you how to really get in the nooks and crannies, but you don't want space. You don't want these books moving around. Books moving around, you're gonna tear the boxes open.
Worst thing you can do.
And let me tell you this, like a lot of people in the Facebook groups, hopefully you're in the Facebook groups asking questions, learning, but the people say,
Amazon lost my inventory. Amazon, isn't paying me for my books.
Guys, Amazon didn't lose your inventory. You don't know how to pack a box. You shipped your inventory there and all the books fell out on the way. The UPS driver picked up your box, all the books fell out. He's in a rush. He's putting half of them back in, and then Amazon only received half your inventory.
Yeah.
Amazon didn't lose it, Yeah. Amazon does lose your stuff sometimes, but a lot of times I think people actually don't know how to pack a box. So it's very important.
So let's share the last part of this process. So we obviously talked about scanning, we talked about cleaning, polybagging if you need to. We talked about the boxes. You educated me on the importance of having the heavy duty, which
if you have big hardback books, books,
especially like the really heavy ones. Some of the books are like 8-9 pounds, like some of these like anatomy physiology books. So we talked about that. We talked about labeling. We're gonna cover this all in day 5, like step by step. But let's share with them, how do you weigh it out? Like, what do you, like, you want to share the process? Maybe bring them.
I just like to feel it and I guess the weight. No, I'm just kidding.
I can bring it over here, get some light in here. Sorry, Zach. So this is kind of a cool scale. This was like $50. I like it because it has a nice large foundation. Some of the other ones are like kind of small, but you can do your thing. Right,
do you have a link to that scale below?
Oh, my battery's dead, so it might not be very, let's see if it goes on. Yes.
Boom,
I'll put a link down below for you guys. I'll share a couple options.
I really like this scale and any type of scale like this. So we'll link one below where you can see the weight as you fill up the box. So I recommend going to about 40, 45 pounds. If you go over 45 pounds, it's off. It's fine. So as you fill it up, the weight of the box goes up. And that way, as you're listing books, you can put books in the box and see how much the box weighs. If you get too close to 50 pounds, the problem with that is Amazon will charge you overweight fees. So even if your scale, Steve's perfect scale he's recommending says 48 pounds, there's a chance Amazon's scale says 52 or 51 or 50.1. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna charge you $50 the first time, 150 the next, or they might slap you on the wrist the first time, but they will charge you overweight fees. And the bigger risk actually is if you fill a box too heavy, they'll actually get lost in the mail. Back to the first problem. So like smaller boxes, are generally the best. The sweet spot's anywhere from 35 to 45 pounds. That way you're optimizing your inbound shipping. You're only paying about 20 to 40 cents a pound, which is really good rates. And if you go below 20 pounds, you're gonna be paying, you know, several dollars per pound. That's not worth it. And you're making sure your merchandise is protected and the books aren't gonna break the box when they get to Amazon.
So that's pretty much it. There is one last thing I wanna cover, because some folks might be like, you know, Steve, Avery, I don't have $200 to buy a Rollo printer, which is completely fine. I'm gonna come around over here, Zach. So for folks who just have like an inkjet printer or a laser printer, I highly recommend you can use any printer you have. So if you just have like an HP inkjet, or maybe you have a laser printer, you can use this to actually print out the FNSKUs. Remember the little tiny labels to put over the barcode? But what you're gonna need to do is get what's known as 30 up labels. We'll put a picture on the screen. Go to Amazon, just type in Amazon 30 up labels. It's essentially just a piece of paper with 30 labels on it. The downside is it's slower. Like, you can't just like label as you go.
And you don't need a special printer for this. I used to think you did. I actually went to my college library and I was like, oh, I need a special inkjet printer, thermal printer. And I felt like an idiot 3 years later when I found out it works on every single printer.
Every single printer.
So starting out, if you're on a budget, do that. But just know, over the long run, that's actually way more expensive because you have to pay for ink, you have to pay for the labels. But for this, remember, you can get like several years worth of labels for like 30 bucks or something. Like, it's crazy cheap. And you get UPS labels free for life, and you never have to pay for ink. One ink cartridge is like what, 80 bucks, 100 bucks?
Yeah, that's why laser printer's the way to go. It's so much cheaper, just toner. So that is day number 2. We talked about the tools of the trade. We talked about some supplies, accessories. We shared a little brief overview of GoToLister. Don't worry, we're gonna be really diving deep. Day number 3, we're gonna be literally just scanning a bunch of books, analyzing. We're gonna probably have a screen share going on the phone so we can walk you through, like, what is the buy box? Like, if you don't know what the buy box is, you'll learn about that, how to scan, how to analyze, how to know, like, you know, should I price it here? What if the price is gonna tank? Like, how to be looking at like different analytics and whatnot. This is the most important part right 100%. Here. So, all right, so we're getting ready to go to day 3. What do you think a good action step is right now before we move on?
Go get your tools, get ready, get your tape ready. If you want speed, get this. Go get all the supplies we recommend below if you're really serious about this.
Absolutely, and wait to get your account verified. Make sure you did that. Check out our free information down below. Get a free 14-day trial to GoToLister, and let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll, baby.
Here we go.